Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here's me, Abyss Fusion, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Welcome back to another food reviews. Today we have the brand new, or should I say brand new, but coming back to the UK, and it's Quavers Throwback Salt and Vinegar. Now, I kept seeing advertised on YouTube, everywhere, that this and prawn cocktail flavour were coming back in Quaver form. Now, when I went to my corner shop, they did have the prawn cocktail flavour, but I didn't get it. I only got the salt and vinegar one. So if these are good, then I'll go back and get the prawn cocktail ones. But to be truthfully honest, I never grew up, or I never had these throwback flavours when I was a kid. I never had them at all, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell the difference between this and the original ones. I do remember seeing these as a kid. I just never picked them up because Quavers, I'm not a massive fan of Quavers. I'll have them every so often, just if there's Walkers or McCoy's Max in front of me, I'll pick them instead of the Quavers. But the Quavers Salt and Vinegar and Prawn Cocktail definitely interested me. So I went to the shop to get some little bits and bobs essentials for the house. I found these for £1 at Price Mark, and I thought, you know what, I'll get them and I'll do a review on them. So yeah, anyway, so this is what the front of the packet looks like. It's nothing spectacular. I mean, the green background sort of to represent the salt and vinegar, because Walker's done the same, and there's a couple other crisp brands that have done the same as well to represent the salt and vinegar. The packet has to be green for some reason, I don't know why, but it's also got the salt and vinegar there and the Quaver crisps right there. Flavour potato snack, Quavers lightly curled potato snack. It's actually by Walker's. The actual Walker crisps, I mean, so that's what I meant. Not the Walker's Quavers, the Walker's like normal crisp salt and vinegar, ready salted cheese and onion, you know, all those flavours. So yeah, how could I miss that? It's right there on the top of the fucking packet. But anyway, and in bold in the top left it says they're back. So they are back. But again, I kept seeing advertised all over bloody YouTube when I was like on my other accounts, because my main account, it doesn't have ads. I use YouTube Premium, so I don't have to watch the ads. But when I'm on the other accounts, like my second gaming channel, the ads pop up and it's the Quavers. They're back, they're back, they're back, and I'm like, oh my, what is making them so special that they have to advertise them on YouTube videos? So we're gonna find out. If it isn't worth it, then what's the point? So. But I think they're going to be worth it, because Quavers, they're very good. But salt and vinegar flavour, again, we're going to find out. So, we're going to look at the back. So, let's have a look. They're back. You asked us to bring back this delicious salt and vinegar flavour, and we've listened. They're curly, crunchy, and melty as ever. So go on, pop one in your mouth. Doesn't sound very appealing. There's more Walkers to munch on. Give these crunchy snacks a try. On French fries, whatever. So anyway, just gonna have a look at the ingredients and the neutral information, you know, all that type of stuff as well. So fat is 28.6 grams per 100 grams. This is a 45 gram bag. So carbohydrates is 19.1 grams per 30 servings, 63.7 per 100 servings, per 100 grams I mean. This pack contains 1 to 2 servings. No, it doesn't, it just contains 1, because I'm a greedy idiot. And the ingredients, potato starch, sunflower oil, salt and vinegar flavouring, corn, mustard starch, salt, acid, citric acid, and malic acid, yeast extract, potassium chloride, rice flour, soya flour, yeast, flavouring enhancers, onion powder, pepper, wheat flour, contains calcium, iron, niacin, thiamine, colour, anatonorbixin. What the does any of that mean? And it expires on the 5th of, no, the 22nd of May, 2020, 05/21. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Oh. So there's a healthy portion in there. It definitely goes over the half of the bag. You can see from there, it definitely goes over like it goes up to about maybe there, just above where the Quaver logo is, and just a little bit below where the Walker. So there's a healthy amount of crisps in there, Quavers. So you're not really getting ripped off, I should say. But that's what it all looks like. Immediately when I opened the bag, an incredible strong smell of salt and vinegar, which is good because salt and vinegar should be strong. Like the normal Walkers and the other Walkers Max, did they do salt and vinegar? I'm going to assume they did. They definitely did. I've had them in the past, I think. So definitely a strong smell of salt and vinegar just when you open the pack, up in your nostrils. So that's what it looks like. Get one. So yeah, it just looks like a normal Quaver, curly crisp. Salt and vinegar very strong on them actually, which is good because salt and vinegar should be strong. So yeah, Quavers, lightly curled potato snack, throwback. I'll call it throwback. Salt and vinegar. All right. I think you have to get a few in your mouth to really get the flavour in there. But they're definitely nice. They're not as strong as like they're definitely nice. However, they're not as strong as the normal Walkers, salt and vinegar normal Walkers. They're not as strong as that. They're nowhere near as strong as McCoy's Max salt and vinegar. They definitely did a salt and vinegar, but they're not as strong as that, and they're not as strong as like, you know, the Walkers I just mentioned. The fry, they're not as strong as the Walker's normal crisps. They're not as strong as the Walker's fries. They're not as strong as McCoy's, but the flavour is in there. The flavour is definitely in there, and it is a good enough flavour for you to notice. However, if that's what it tasted like back whenever it came out the first time, then I would have probably asked for a refund. It's not awful, I'll admit that right now. It isn't awful. In fact, it is quite good. I'll probably finish the whole pack today or tomorrow. It isn't awful by any means. The biggest problem is it's not incredibly strong. And because they've spent so much money advertising it on YouTube and everywhere, especially YouTube, because the amount of ads I've seen on the Quavers, the Throwback, get your throwbacks right here. It's not annoying, but it's just been thousands and thousands of pounds and dollars advertising it, and it turns out it's a disappointment. But it isn't a disappointment. I'll say that right now. They are they're very editable. You know, I would happily get another pack, but they're not incredibly strong. And when it comes to salt and vinegar, you'd expect it to have a very powerful taste to it, like the normal Walkers or anything like that, but they don't. It has some salt and vinegar in there, but I think what you need to do, you need to have quite a few in your hand in order to get the taste and in order to get them in your mouth. So have a few in your hand and then eat them. I think that's where you get the most out of it. But if you eat them individually, there's barely any flavour properly in there, which is a big disappointment. But when you have a few of them at a time, the flavour is in there, and it's very, very good in my opinion. But in my opinion, I'll give it a rating actually. In my opinion, they're okay. They're not incredible, and they're not like terrible. They're okay. They're actually very okay in my opinion. They're perfectly fine. But in terms of a rating, what would I give it? That's difficult. They're not overly, like, they're not even exciting to me. You know, that's the biggest problem. I'm not excited about them. When I saw the advertisements and when I saw them in the shop, I wasn't excited, but I thought, you know what, I'll just get them anyway, I'm here. So I wasn't excited about them because I didn't really care, if I'm honest. But in terms of rating, well, we'll go for the packet, the design of the packet first of all. it's nothing incredible. I will admit that right now. But the thing about these, immediately, they are going to stand out. You look at them, and they're going to stand out compared to some other crisps, because it's a throwback and it's bright green, representing salt and vinegar, and it's Quavers. A lot of people like Quavers. I don't mind Quavers. I don't eat them as much as other people do, but the one thing it's going to do is stand out on the shelves. But it doesn't matter how much it stands out. It's about the packets and the design, and the design is nothing incredible, so it gets a 4 out of 10. And the flavor's complicated, but being reasonable as I am, they're not awful, it's not bad, it's not amazing, no, it's good. It's on the scale of being good. I'd happily have another pack if I finish this, but so rating, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. You know what, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. They're not bad, they're not exciting, no, they're good, very good, but that's all I can say about them. But the hype and you know, everything around it wasn't worth spending thousands of dollars and pounds on the money to advertise it on YouTube. Just wasn't worth it. They're not worth they're not really worth being shocked about, despite the fact that they're throwback flavors. You know, salt and vinegar and the prawn cocktail, which I will get to sometime in the upcoming week. I'm filming this on Valentine's Day, and I'm uploading this on Valentine's Day as well. So throughout the next week, I will try to get my hands on the prawn cocktail. I'll go back to the nut shop I normally go to, get my hands on them, come back and review them, see which one's better, and see which one I would recommend. But salt and vinegar is good, but that's all I can say about it. But this has been Abyss Fusion. Thank you all very much for watching the video. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to hit the like button, possibly share it with a friend, family, or relative, and check the description below for my Instagram and my Twitter. I'm always active on Instagram, and I'm no longer active on Twitter. Anyway, I will see you all in the next review that we do, which I can say will be interesting.